Imagine taking two people with the same intelligence, the same education, the same potential, the same dreams. Now place them into completely different environments. One is surrounded by people who encourage growth, people who learn, people who take responsibility, people who talk about ideas, goals, and opportunities. The other is surrounded by negativity, complaining, excuses, distractions. People who believe nothing can change. Fast forward 10 years. Would you expect both people to end up in the same place? Probably not. And that's because one of the most powerful forces shaping your future isn't your talent. It isn't your IQ. It isn't even your motivation. It's your environment, the people around you, the information you consume, the habits you see every day, the standards you accept as normal. Today we're going to explore why your environment shapes your future more than you think, how it quietly influences your money mindset, self-improvement, discipline, productivity, and financial success, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Because by the end of this video, you may start looking at your life very differently. Before we go any further, there's something important you need to understand. Changing your environment is often one of the highest leverage actions you can take. Not because your environment magically changes your life overnight, but because it quietly changes your behavior. And behavior, repeated over time, shapes your future. Most people believe they make decisions independently, but psychology tells a different story. Humans are social creatures. We constantly absorb information from our surroundings, even when we don't realize it. In the 1800s, Charles Darwin noticed something fascinating. As he traveled and studied nature, he realized that species slowly adapted to their environments over time. Different conditions produce different outcomes. Animals living in different environments develop different traits. And eventually, Darwin came to a powerful conclusion. Environment matters a lot. Now, obviously, humans aren't evolving in the same way, but psychologically, something similar happens. We adapt, not over thousands of years, but every single day. Think about language. If you move to another country, eventually your accent changes, your vocabulary changes, your habits change. Why? Because environments shape behavior. And history is full of examples. Take Warren Buffett, one of the richest investors in history. As a teenager, he actively surrounded himself with books, business owners, investors, and people who understood money. He spent countless hours reading annual reports, while most teenagers were focused on completely different things. Eventually, he sought out Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing. And Buffett later said that meeting Graham changed his life, not because Graham gave him money, but because he gave him a different environment, different ideas, different standards, different ways of thinking. And that's something most people underestimate. Environment doesn't just give you opportunities, it gives you perspectives. Now apply the same principle to money, success, discipline, health, relationships. If everyone around you spends recklessly, that starts feeling normal. If everyone complains constantly, that starts feeling normal. If nobody reads books, reading starts feeling unusual. The scary part? You rarely notice this happening because adaptation feels natural. And what feels normal eventually becomes your reality. Here's something fascinating. Every environment has standards, rules that nobody writes down, but everyone follows. In some environments, being ambitious is respected. In others, it's mocked. In some environments, saving money is normal. In others, showing off is normal. In some environments, people discuss business ideas. In others, people discuss gossip. Now here's the important question. What does your environment reward? Because humans naturally move toward approval. If your environment rewards growth, growth becomes easier. If your environment rewards excuses, excuses become easier. And over time, those standards shape your future. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. Most people think environment means people. But that's only part of the story. Today, your phone is part of your environment. Your social media feed is part of your environment. The videos you watch are part of your environment. The podcasts you listen to are part of your environment. Every day, your brain is receiving information. As we said, environment doesn't just give you opportunities, it gives you perspectives. And perspectives also shapes beliefs. Beliefs shape decisions. Decisions shape outcomes. Think about someone who spends 3 hours every day consuming negativity, complaints, drama, outrage, fear. After a while, their view of reality changes. Now imagine someone who spends those same hours learning about financial education, personal finance, psychology, self-improvement. Will those two people think the same? Of course not, because information compounds just like money. And most people underestimate how powerful that compounding really is. This is where things get interesting. Many people try to improve their lives, but they never change their environment. And then they wonder why change feels impossible. Imagine trying to quit junk food while your kitchen is full of junk food. Imagine trying to stop scrolling while every notification pulls your attention away. Imagine trying to become financially responsible while everyone around you spends impulsively. You're fighting an uphill battle. Now here's the twist. The problem isn't that you're incapable of change. The problem is that your environment keeps pulling you back toward old behaviors. And once you understand this, you stop blaming yourself for every setback. Instead, you start designing a better environment, and that changes everything. By the way, if you're enjoying this series on money psychology, self-improvement, discipline, and personal growth, consider subscribing. It genuinely helps the channel. And to everyone who's already supporting these videos, thank you. We're building a community of people who want to understand how their minds work and create a better future. Now, let's continue. The good news is that improving your environment doesn't require a complete life reset. Most people think they need to move cities, change careers, or completely reinvent themselves. Sometimes, the biggest changes come from surprisingly small adjustments. Follow better people online, read better books, listen to better conversations, spend less time with negativity, spend more time around people who inspire growth. You don't need perfect influences, you simply need better influences, because every small improvement in your environment creates friction against bad habits and momentum toward good habits, and over time, that compounds. Here's a question that could genuinely change your life. If someone spent the next 5 years living exactly like you, surrounded by the same people, consuming the same information, following the same routines, would they become the person they want to become? Think about that. Because your future is hidden inside your current environment, not perfectly, but directionally. Your daily surroundings are constantly voting on the person you're becoming. Every conversation, every habit, every piece of content, every influence, they're all shaping your future, whether you notice it or not. Your environment shapes your behavior, and your behavior shapes your future. Personal responsibility still matters. Discipline still matters. Choices still matter. But those choices become dramatically easier or harder depending on the environment around you. Because when your environment improves, better decisions become easier. And easier decisions repeated consistently create extraordinary results. But even after someone improves their environment, many people still remain stuck. Not because of their habits, not because of their friends, not because of their phone, but because of something hidden even deeper. The stories they tell themselves, the beliefs they carry, the invisible rules they've accepted about money, success, and who they are. In the next video, we're going to explore the beliefs that secretly control your life. Because sometimes the biggest limitation isn't your environment, it's the story running inside your own mind. Thank you for watching, and remember, Your future isn't created in a single moment. It's created by what surrounds you every single day.